everybody, guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Transformers figure review on the Transformers Generations Legends class Autobot Powerglide. If you're trying to get your Transformers figures, you can get
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I like this packaging. It reminds me of Age of Extinction packaging with the red Transformers on the side. You get an Autobot logo over there. Really nice box art. I like that a lot. That looks really cool. Then it says combined to form, and it says it in a few different languages over here. We get Superion right on the side, and then you can see how he attaches as a gun. And then you can see his airplane mode and his robot mode. And he transforms in only 10 steps. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Powerglide out of the packaging. Now, typically I am not a huge fan of the Legends class figures, but lately Hasbro has just been killing it with these guys. Plus, I had the G1 Powerglide back in the day. I don't have it anymore. I think this is cool that this guy is just a little figure. I know of the Universe Classics one, the huge Voyager one. I'm not really interested in that one. I am very happy to have this guy right here. I only have one complaint about him, and that's that he does not come with his own gun, but he does have a third mode where he turns into a gun for deluxe class aerial bots. Now, he does come with this very long instruction booklet over here, which are very nicely written. I like these directions, and he does come with a collector card, which is neat. This kind of reminds me of the new Masterpiece artwork that we saw for Ultra Magnus over here, and this is looking really cool. I really like this artwork over here. There's nothing really going on the back, though. That's a little unfortunate, but still, I will be collecting these guys and putting them in my book. I will say I do like the head sculpt on this figure. It very much looks like Powerglide. Pretty cool. I like that. All the paint apps are pretty clean, especially for the eyes over there, and this little piece right over here at the top of his head. The Autobot logo looks very clean. It's got that silver backdrop. The arms are sculpted very well, too. You can see the hand right over there, and he does have holes right there so he can hold a weapon, which he doesn't come with, but not a big deal. When it gets to the lower half of the figure, it's a little funny. He's got this little cod piece thing going on right there. And not only that, but culo! Yeah, he's got a colito right over there that comes right through. It's just it's a sight for his third gun mode, but yeah, it's a butt flap thing that's hanging down there. And it's a little irritating, but not the worst thing in the world, as I've grown accustomed to butt flaps recently. But looking at the legs of the figure, I think the feet are sculpted well, and I think the sculpting overall is just really cool. Then here's looking at the back of the figure. Not too bad. Now, due to the transformation, you can rotate his head side to side. He does have that movement at the head. You can move his arms outward, and they will rotate forward. They're on a ball joint. You get no bicep swivel or anything like that. No elbow swivel either, but you can bend the elbows all the way in due to the transformation. No wrist swivel, no waist swivel, but you do have hips that move outward. They do move forward. He can bend at the knee quite a bit, and then the ankle doesn't really move at all except for a little bit upward, and that's also due to the transformation. So the articulation is a bit limited, but it is a Legends class figure. And Powerglide stands just at around 4 inches tall. Here he is next to Legends class Cliffjumper. Thank you so much, Alfonso. And of course, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Now, Powerglide's transformation is very easy. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? So first thing you want to do is rotate the head all the way around. You're going to do a 180 with this, and it's kind of tricky to do because it's just a little piece, man. And there it is. Okay, so then now that's all set up. And then you want to detach the wings from the sides right here and then turn them around. That kind of already happened just from me trying to spin the head around and get that swinging backwards. You're going to detach the front of the plane mode, and you're going to scoot that all the way forward. It has 2 hinges over here, obviously. You're going to put that down there, rest the butt flap down, connect the legs over here, and move the feet downward, and then rotate these rear fins right here off to the side. So get the feet all the way down, and then this is going to connect right here in the middle. And there we go. And then this became detached right here. It actually pegs in there. And then the arms, you're going to want to fold them all the way in. And then there's a tab right here on the side. That's going to go into that port over there. And just fold that in properly. And there that goes. And then do the same thing to this side over here. It's not too difficult. And then make sure everything's tabbed into place, and you pretty much have it. It is tricky getting the landing gear out of here. It's actually better to de-transform it and then pick this out. So now we got all those tabs put into place and everything, and this is looking pretty clean, man. I'm liking it. There's a tiny bit of gappage right there in the very front, but not a big deal. It doesn't really bother me too much. And I think overall that you can see the hands right here. That doesn't bother me a whole lot either. So, you know, I think it's pretty good plane mode. I'm actually liking it. I think it looks pretty cool. I like these rear thrusters over here. You have all these sculpted little panels and everything. I wish this part was red right here, but I understand why it's not. You know, it's for the robot mode and everything. The cockpit looks pretty clean. The paint apps are pretty solid. You can see the jet right here in the very back. He does have some fake wheels sculpted on there. These do not roll, but they are sculpted very well. And same thing with this front wheel over here. It does not actually roll, but sculpted and detailed out nicely. And for a size comparison, here he is next to Age of Extinction High Octane Bumblebee, a deluxe class figure. So you can see how small Powerglide is next to Bumblebee over here. If I hold him up like that, you get a better idea. It's actually a pretty decent size for a Legends class figure. Alright, now let's get this guy transformed into his third and final mode, his gun mode. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Alright, so the first thing I like to do is move these pieces right here backwards so you can see those knobs sticking out. Looks pretty cool. And then move the fins right here backwards and move them downward. You're going to take his butt flap or his scope thing and you're going to pop this upward right here. It's kind of hard to reach in there because it's tabbed into those two little pegs, but you just move that up. That's going to be the scope or the sight anyway. You're going to rotate the wings up and forward, and they're going to plug into those shoulder pieces that are part of his robot mode. You can see there's a slot right there, there's a tab right there, and that's it. And now this front section right here, this will be the handle. So what I have deluxe class Firefly over here, and the landing gear fits right into that hand of Firefly very nicely, and now he's got a big old gun. You know, the Firefly figure holds it pretty well, actually. So, yeah, it's a bit hefty and large for a deluxe class figure, you know, especially when you see him holding his regular gun over here. But it's not terrible. It's actually pretty neat. And the scope kind of fell down over there, but yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's looking pretty cool. I mean, definitely not the greatest thing in the world, you know, but I think the sight over here looks pretty nice. Come around the side of it. I don't know. It's a little strange looking, to be honest with you, but again, not terrible. So I have my little gripes with the figure. He doesn't come with a weapon, and he can be a little bit wobbly during transformation, but overall, I really like it, and I highly recommend it. The figure costs about 10 bucks, and I think that's the best 10 bucks you could spend on a figure that's available at retail right now. Anyway, that's my video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right over there, and check out my last two videos on the side right over there, and check out tformers.com for a photo gallery of images from this review. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
So, all right.